everyone, and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie Presents. I am Shae the Red, and off to this side, because I always forget what side this is for you guys, is the jerk face Alex. See? Yes! Even David screwed it up. See?
It's mirror reverse.
Yes.
This thing. That's so confusing.
Exactly. So there...
You don't have 180 episodes that I can blame you for not remembering it. She does. She does.
I had to start putting Post-it notes like on my wall, so I'd be like, side
Alex?
on this side. I was like, what side is that though? It was like, oh,
Audience
that...
left. You're right.
Oh no.
Okay.
Zero viewers. Oh no.
How are you, Alex? Besides being a total dick and calling me an ass-ho in chat.
You don't know that meme? It's the China is asshole meme. Really?
Is that part of your introduction? I always thought like you did that voiceover.
No.
I'm like, it always sounds the same. So is that like part of the introduction?
Sai has unmuted because I've gotten too quick at starting the broadcast.
No,
right when we go live,
no.
starting the video. So Sai unmutes and then says whatever they're gonna say.
Yes. I sneak it in between her hitting live and her starting the video. Sometimes it's Shae is awesome. Sometimes it's Shae is an asshole.
Yes. Apparently tonight I'm an asshole.
You are. Yes.
Okay, so
she's ready for our drinking stream tomorrow night. That's
my gosh! So I'm not having margaritas again, though. That was far too much.
Soul is helping you with some directionals in the chat. Sorry,
Thank you, Soul. That's very, very helpful in no way whatsoever. So how are you,
Fine, thank you. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
We are at the second campaign now. The first one has been delivered to almost everyone. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I meant.
Yes. Yeah. It's very helpful. Super helpful.
Love and bickering.
Love and bickering. That's why people come to this show. They come to this show for the love and the bickering.
Yes, not for the tit punches.
Well, because they don't get to see those. I'm telling you, we got to start like filming that off screen and then see if we can get more money. Why? Oh, right. For anybody who's going to try and report us for being nudity, there is no nudity. No nudity clothed. Thank you.
Glad we covered that.
I feel the need to say this since the last time we got reported, we had somebody report us for nudity. I was wearing a shirt that came up to my neck, like all the way.
She was wearing a mock turtleneck, long sleeve.
Mock turtleneck, long sleeve.
Sure.
Someone legitimately reported you for that?
Yes, they said that there was nudity, and our stream went away for a bit, and we had to go through and fight it. And I was like, how many
not
ways
nudity.
do you want me to show you?
Sexually explicit content, not nudity.
I was like, there's neither. There's not even cleavage.
I went through the trouble of, like censoring everything that was, in the comic and the sexy monster girl bestiary and the covers. And I remember I think the first stream I was, like some of the things were not censored. Uh-huh. And then the guy was like, hey, you may want to censor that because otherwise I'm going to get a strike.
Yeah. It's
so stupid.
It is. It's silly. So we need to point this out before we get there. I love your choice of censorship because this little sideways, like, oh no, looking face is hilarious.
Like, but even in the perks, I had to censor it there because
Is it a tiny little circle?
Exactly, it's a tiny
little black circle, but it's got a little white bar in the center, and I don't really know if that quite has the same. I feel like you just changed what the tit looked like because you gave it a black
it's a really stretched nipple around a perfectly circular areola.
Exactly. That happens to be the size of
squeezed out or something.
Yes.
No, like I think I did one day and I did the other one the other day, so I forgot like what colors I was using. I was just like, oh, whatever.
You've heard of pepperoni nipples? That's like a drink coaster.
That
nipple.
Yeah.
It's that big.
Pepperoni nipples is a drink coaster. Okay, I didn't know that. The more you
Oh
know.
my goodness. Okay, so we're obviously here for Red Eyes too. Do you want us to play your trailer, David? Because I did watch it beforehand, and it's short and sweet.
It's short and sweet. It's only 30 seconds.
Okay.
I think the music gets a little bit loud at the middle, but then it goes back to normal.
It's not copyrighted music, is it?
No.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Comic
Are you
readers,
sure?
fantasy fans,
Shut
I'm
up.
your host Davie Feed, bringing you Red Eyes 2. Faring Fair, son of the general, is on a mortal quest. After escaping elite hunters and fighting off mercenaries, surely things will be fine for our heroes. Red Eyes is back with more pages, action, monsters, a new Ashcan, and new entries in the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, only on Indiegogo.
I love your sarcastic, like, surely everything will be fine for our heroes. And then you watch a dude get an arrow through the kneecap. It's like, what shit?
Surely we'll go far.
I don't think it went well. I think that it went very not well.
Some of them may have taken a beating out of this adventure, yeah. Also, by the end of episode 2, some of them may not be, complete and stuff, but most of them are alive, kind of.
Okay, all right. So why don't you go ahead? Sigh, shut the fuck up. That's from the Die Hard soundtrack when they break into the vault. That's from like
It is.
I know
It
it's
is?
in like
Oh, okay.
5,000 different things.
I know.
And none of it played long enough for anyone to get mad at us. So
I'm sorry. I was just having a flashback to Vinny assuring us that his shit wasn't copyrighted, and then we get a copyright claim notice.
we did. Things
And then 10 minutes
happen
later, they're like,
sometimes.
never mind.
I
They were
think
like,
that
oh, copyright claim. It's like, oh, I guess you can have it. It's fine.
I think that I don't know if it's the 9th or 7th symphony this thing is, but this has been around for more than 100 years, so it should be,
Right.
it should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you would hope.
It
You
will
would
be
hope,
fine, but
yes.
what they try to do is they copyright each orchestra's version of it.
Yeah, I know. Yes. So the one I grabbed is for free, so should be fine.
Ha!
I
It
grab music all the
should be
time for
fine.
free.
No, what I mean is like also the orchestra who played that it's more than I don't know whatever 100 years ago. So it
Alex,
should
we're
be
not
fine. but if
talking
you
about
get-
the shit you bootleg, okay? Like, David did his homework. and
Torrents
got-
are completely moral.
I tried my best to keep it, for free.
I have no doubt, David. Size just a dick, so.
I know, but he's right. That is something that I was surprised to hear that, like music that is already free, the interpretation of different orchestras of that music is not free. It's copyrighted. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, so it's absolutely
nuts.
bonkers, this copyright issues.
Yeah, and like we even have, so one of the funner things for us is like for our videos and stuff, some of them are through Epidemic Sound, which is a great website to go and get stuff, but you can only play them for as long as you have a subscription.
Yeah.
And so once you don't have the subscription, like your past stuff is fine, but you can't use it again for any of the new stuff. And so I was like, well, it's in like most of our stuff, so we're gonna have to have a subscription to Epidemic Sound for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that's how they get you, like.
Yeah.
As long as you keep subscribing, putting money every month, it's fine.
I mean, it's to me, it's worth it. But Wolverine, you're a jerk. Okay. How about you kind of give us a rundown of Red Eyes 2? And
All right. So episode 2 that picks up right where the first one ended. It's the heroes. They barely escaped the hunters, elite group of hunters, which are these guys you can see in the cover right now. This is the villains cover, and they managed to free a town from also mercenaries that were working for the villains. But as they are in this town, they start to plan their next move, and slowly but surely they realize that they're in the middle of a very, very special mission. So some of them, they each have their reason for money, fame, glory. The huge big cat is for the thrill of being in this crazy adventure. And some of them, like our lovely protagonist, Blondie over here, he's in this mission because of penance. So he screwed up. he was, got into a death sentence, and it was either you go on this crazy mission or you're gonna hang tonight. So he, chooses to go on this mission, and the story is about him, like overcoming his own flaws and becoming a halfway decent human being. And as you can see, he doesn't go unscathed from this adventure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I read this panel before we had you on, and I was like, well, I don't even know what side I'm rooting for. Everyone just got their asses kicked pretty bad. It was like, he doesn't have a hand. His claws definitely and wrists look like they've seen better days, but then this dude's fucked up. And like, well, wait, what side?
Look at these links.
Ever wondered what pickup lines cat people use? That is so much more.
Hey, look at this one.
For more crisp voiceovers and girly humor stuff to David
Okay.
He just throws them out there, expecting us not to read them, and I'm sitting there looking at the chat. I'm like, what?
Seriously, this is why I love our mods, though, because they come up with some of the most creative ways to throw shit out there where
but still, promote the comics. So
look, there's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
That's absolutely true, yes. But that girly voice is like, okay.
Crisp voiceover and girly humor.
Oh, girly humor! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, okay. There you go.
There you go. Well, this is the alternative cover, which was done by Mr. Odysseas Theodoratos. That's the guy from Xenotype, who was
awesome.
Kind enough to do the cover for us.
I really like this.
Yeah, I love it too. I love the thickness of it, so to speak, and of course, the moon, the cat, and the hero.
Mm-hmm.
And so Red Eyes is a dark fantasy saga. It's kind of like the Dirty Dozen in a world where you have fantasy creatures and monsters and this power stones that allow you to do magic or magic-like features.
This seems really interesting. I really like Odie's take, obviously. Like I like his take on because this is your ninja girl, right?
That's the ninja girl. She's kind of she's morphed into the thief, the code name Gambler Girl, the thief of the team, who's like a how do you say, expert in escaping, in playing tricks with cards, knowing people in the underworld, crime world, if you like, and of course, stealing stuff.
Yeah, I remember because in the first book when we saw her, you only ever seemed to see her completely, like, you saw her covered as like a ninja type, where you just see her eyes. That's pretty much it, and she just kind of is running around half clothed, but her face covered, and her giant cloak. And I loved that aesthetic, but I really love seeing, like, it's almost like in Red Eyes 2, she's been like, yeah, gloves are off now. Like, I'm less concerned about you knowing my identity and a lot more concerned about just kicking your ass. And it's like,
that's the deal. So the deal is when she's out there, because she's a very highly sought after criminal. She's covered from head to toes, but of course when she's with the team, or when she's in the middle of a fight or anything, she puts some more comfortable clothes for fighting.
Things that she can move around in and hopefully not pop out of.
Oh yeah, so Mr. Oliver from 656 Comics, the guy who's coloring 3 Nights 4 Days, he did a pinup.
Okay.
Not a fan art, like a pinup, a proper pinup for the project, which is going to be a print and a trading card. So if you go all the way to the top, the second image, you'll be able to see that. That's
this right here from Ollie?
Yes.
that definitely, I can see this being an Ollie piece. It's like the perfect amount of cheesecake. You know what I mean? Like
I'm super happy with this one.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's great. It is wonderful. I would love to see her jump in that top.
Yes, definitely.
I don't see that top staying up. That's just me.
You'll stay long enough, let's say.
You do know what cosplayers use in situations like that, right?
Yes, I.
What they use like tape? No, like they
Two-way
the
tape or
books off
medical
something.
adhesive. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are being cute. You know what? You know what cosplayers do if they really want to sell this look? It's fake tits. You make an
Yeah, I
entire
guess.
prosthetic that you wear that looks like actual tits, but they're all fake, and so you're clothed and covered underneath them.
Really?
Yeah, yep.
Oh my
I've
God.
seen a lot of
Okay, I
people do
guess.
it, and it's actually really impressive when they do it well. When they do it poorly, it's awful.
When it starts to peel off or something.
Well, because it's essentially it's like making
It's like a
a
rubber
stuffed
suit.
animal. Like they just like stuff
Ew.
nylon.
Lumpy boobs.
Tits. Yeah. But if you do it wrong, it's like
you get like
your-
super hot.
you can't do your boobs like 4 shades darker than your actual skin tone. It's really obvious that that's what you're doing.
We have a question from the chat that has nothing to do with the book.
Soul Ion asks, Shae, does your cosplay include the suspenders, or did you stop there because no one can see it anyway? You will never know.
So Mr. Oliver, he's actually we're how do you say? Yeah, of course it was all. Well, no, to be honest, yes, it was all my idea. I was
Not
talking
surprised.
with him.
I've seen
And I was
some of your
like-
sexy girl bestiary. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And I was, like telling, yeah, could you do it, like a little bit more revealing? And he was like, no, this is enough, maybe.
Just two
I
eye
think you could give
patches.
her cleavage and underboob. Could you do both at the same time, but still cover the goods? Be like,
Like,
there's
exactly.
nothing
So
left.
he managed, like he
He's sitting here with like a little piece like this, going, I think I can make this work. I think it'll work. Just stretch it really, really tight.
I'm telling you,
Still
two eye
not,
patches.
It's
Two
still
eye
okay with the
patches.
censorship. Well, and we're in the middle of talking about getting him to color some of the pages for Red Eyes
Oh,
2. That is.
cool.
And I just sent him a couple of inks of the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, so I'm very, very curious to see how his colors turn for the lexicon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got. I just saw your sensors. the
What are
the
they?
happiness on their faces. They are so happy. One
Hold
is
on, I'm
upside
zooming
down.
in.
They're
That's
so
a lot of
happy.
joy.
Look
For
at
the
the
censorship gods, you don't
Look
want
at
to
look at
lose
which
them
way
all.
the irises are pointing, though.
They're all leave them alone. Wall-eyed's like nudity too, okay?
They're just happy to have been
to
included.
be there,
in- yeah,
doing their service.
right there.
Like we have jobs, and very important jobs.
What's Philip from Philip Diaz, the guy from Sade Comics? He was
Yeah.
telling me maybe you should do like stickers of this funny little faces and put them in the book, so when people open them up, like, oh my god, it's censored. Just stick a sticker.
You just do 2 of them. You do the first one with the censored, and then on the backside you're like, just kidding. It's like the real one.
That'd be cool though. Yes.
Look at Wolverine says those struggling bodies.
That'd be awesome.
I mean,
Hey, look, Frog G, if Sai had the ability with the amount, this is why I now, aside from the Chromebook issues, this is also why I'm the one that's controlling the share screen. Because when it's Sai zooms excessively.
All the way in.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch what we had skits on, because
the
Sai
original
zoomed
skits, yeah.
directly into crotch region every single time.
No,
And then
there were
pan
boobs.
up to boobs, and then
There
go
were
back down to
boobs.
crotch.
Okay, then. I give the audience what the audience wants.
There you go.
Sure. Yep.
So
Okay. How
the
good were our ratings when you got into a corset at my insistence? That's all.
Sai had to go. What were you saying, David?
What was I saying? I was oh my goodness! Now I'm alone. Oh, okay.
She's too fast.
Should I let you two guys? Should I live? Maybe.
You stay. Look, no. If we both boot, it's your show for a while.
I'll be my
Just run with it.
I'll do that. So
just don't get us demonetized. That's all that I ask.
No movies, no crotch shots. It's just everything's gonna be very nice and censored.
Classic.
Like very, very quick list of nothing happened here. Anyway, so yes, the feature perk of the Red Eyes 2 campaign, it includes the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary Volume 2. So in the feature perk of the first campaign, we had this lovely book, which is like a lexicon of the different monsters and creatures of the Red Eyes universe, only spiced up with some sexy pinups. And the second one is going to be improved upon.
Awesome.
This time it's going to be like more theme specific. It's all about water creatures and underground creatures, and so it's going to include most of the water creatures, and with some improved illustrations and new creatures.
Very cool.
What else? And it's going to have a new. Also, in the first campaign, we gave it then Ashcan, which was the second book, like a preview of the second book, and now we are going to include an Ashcan of a new project that we're working on, a new IP, if you like.
Ooh.
A sci-fi story that is being drawn by Rafael Crestani, who is working with Aaron Calamari, I think is his name. With this project called Murder Weapon or something like that. If you go all the way to the top, I think the second image is this. The third one, the black and white. That's like the 2 pages of this new Ashcan that we're going to give the campaign.
Oh, very cool. I apologize for my dog in the background. Apparently, she has broken free.
Oh, no worries.
She has left the basement.
Oh no. And so, of course, you also get a chance to to get the first book as well. Second chance, Red Eyes 1, for exactly the same price. It's $10 plus $10 shipping domestic, and $20 international. Okay. And then you got the second Red Eyes 2, the comic. It's going to have a little bit more pages, more action, more monsters. And there's 2 covers for this. So there's the villains cover, and then there's the Oddie cover. And also we have a bundle, which is the Red Eyes 1 and 2.
Okay.
Short and sweet, very simple, just like that. And the drawn-in tier, which is going to be, what do you expect? Getting drawn in the book and dying horribly.
Getting brutally murdered.
And
there's only one more of those left.
One of them is already taken, so yeah, there's only one left now.
All right. So I have a couple of questions. So one of them being, do you have the book 1 as an add-on at all?
I was on a stream with John yesterday, and he told me the exact same thing. So I am working on that.
Okay. If you need help, let me know and we can try and walk you through it a little bit, because CY has found really awesome resources with pictures that show exactly how to do things on Indiegogo, like add-on tiers and stuff like that. So you can have add-ons to your tiers. And so, for your featured perk, that would be a really cool kind of thing to be able to add on, as well as really any of them.
So not to take undue credit, it's in the Indiegogo help pages, but I'll be happy to direct you there.
I know, I'm saying that you
I've seen it. I think I tried once with posters or something like that, but I was not thinking of that. But I'll think of that and I'll do that. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah,
I didn't do it at the beginning because I wasn't sure if the weight was going to be a problem.
It shouldn't be too much, I wouldn't think. As long as you can always account for it when you're putting the add-on into the tier. But if you're thinking of, you've got people that are going to be getting Red Eyes Volume 2 and want the Sexy Girl Bestiary, but maybe they didn't get the first book. And
Right,
the
yeah.
likelihood that they're going to want to back twice and pay shipping twice isn't as good. Not to mention, if they haven't already had the first book and then they don't see an option for them to get the first book with their bundle, they may not get anything because they're going to feel
That's
lost.
definitely true. Yeah, no, I'm I'll work on that.
Yeah,
I was gonna do that today, but I had so many other things to do. But yes, that's coming.
Frog G and Jobu both have said maybe add the Ashcan as an add-on, Ashcan as an add-on as well.
I was thinking of adding the Ashcan to all the tiers anyway. Like as a nice little present. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like the. Oh, by the way, so the first book is already arrived, and I was how do you say very pleasantly surprised by how well it all went with Mixam and with Circuit Door Fulfillment with John Mallon's fulfillment service.
Okay.
It came. It's
very nice.
Pretty fine, the prints and everything. And this is how the Ashcan is gonna look. Very Ashcan-y, I guess. Black and white. And this was included in all the tiers as well, so I might as well include it in all the tiers anyway at the end.
Okay. The other thing that I was going to suggest is if you were willing to do a reprint of Volume 1 of your bestiary, that might also be a good thing to offer, because that's not offered anywhere on this campaign for the first edition. So if you wanted to add the Sexy Girl Bestiary up as an add-on for all of your tiers for first edition, that might be another good thing to consider.
Yeah, no,
make sure that you pay attention to how much it weighs and how much that might affect your shipping costs.
Exactly, yeah.
When you go to price it,
but take notes of that, because that's absolutely good idea.
The way that I always look at a lot of these campaigns is if you're sitting here and you're doing something that is a continuing world, and you have this is volume 1, then volume 2 of anything related to this world, you're going to have people that are going to show up volume 2, volume 3, volume 4 who didn't get the first ones. And so being able to offer reprints, even if what you did was slightly change how those reprints look, as in, if you back during the first campaign, maybe you got something that had a foil cover and then all the reprints won't have that. You can go that route and still offer it, but you're going to have, the market is usually going to be there for people to want to pick those up as add-ons. So if you can throw those in as an easy way for somebody to get them, then it's a way for you to get more money without there being too much extra effort on your part, depending on printing quantities and all of that. If you end up getting a good deal and you can overprint, and then whatever you don't sell like in the first campaign you can offer in the second or whatnot.
Right. Yeah, you're right, because so far no one's taking the second chance Red as one, so might as well take that tier out and just add it as an add-on. I think that's probably the best idea now. Oh,
yeah, that awesome. Would probably work pretty well. So we got a lot of people saying that they got book 1 and are very pleased with it. Warren said he unfortunately missed it, but we can correct that because he would like to get 1 and 2 apparently. So obviously you do have a market there for it, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Soul Ion said, I received book 1 and can confirm the quality is up there. Very good paper, colors pop, and when holding it, you can already tell that it isn't some cheap shop project. That is awesome. And Frog G got a cameo in book 1. Hold on, I gotta see this.
This was good. During the production of the book, like we had, things changed and so forth and so on. And so this lovely frog was part of the first time we did this panel. And then we changed it, and the frog was taken out. But I said, no, you know what? So I went and put the frog right back in. Like, I love this frog. This is gonna stay in the book no matter what.
That is awesome.
So like the colorist and the artist, they changed the paper. I was like, no. So I put the frog back in. Yeah, I think it looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Guy.
Yeah, also the Mr. Chris Evans has a cameo on the special edition, which I don't have right here, right now. But oh wait, no, I do have. Hold on, I think I do.
We
Let
will
me get
wait.
that one.
We will wait for this.
Audience, please hold.
Start thinking of your questions while we are waiting, and make sure that you get those put up in the chat, and so we can ask the amazing David Feed.
So I'm back.
Okay.
I printed this wraparound cover, and this is like a crossover with 3 Nights 4 Days, and this was for the special edition. And Miss Kino Subway, Chris Evans, had a cameo in the book, getting a haircut.
That's awesome.
I am.
That is very cool. That is very, very cool. So how many issues are you wanting to take, Red Eyes?
I thought like the first story arc is probably going to be around 10 episodes.
Okay.
And I was thinking doing one every 6 months, more or less. So this one is going to be fulfilled around July, August. And then the next one, we're going to open the campaign for Red Eyes 3 then. And, fulfill it, hopefully, around December, November, just like the first one. So everything 6 months is going to be a new episode. That's the idea anyway, like unless COVID or Corona or whatever kills us all, or there's like a civil war in America or something really crazy, we'll keep that pace.
Shae's not allowed to comment about the Civil War. I'm praying for the asteroid and the zombie virus, but
I
think we need both at this point. Really got to cleanse the palate.
There are so many crazy things going on right now. Yeah.
Indeed. Shae, have we need to get different seasons of Red Valkyrie Presents so that we can retire this fucking tree question once and for all.
He did change it, but the audience, the fans just kept going back to the tree question. He did change it to dinosaur, if you recall.
I came in thinking it was dinosaur, and then it went back to tree.
It did. It went back hard to tree.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you wouldn't. We have a friend of the show who started this question, and so many people have just taken it up, and he's tried changing it around so we could get different perspectives, and nobody wants to let the tree die. So if you were any kind of tree, what sort of tree would you be and why? Yes, exactly. Yep.
If I would be a tree?
Yes, if you could be any kind of tree. What sort of tree and why?
I like cactuses. Does that even count?
Sure.
I guess I would be a cactus because it's
we
so...
had somebody try and count aloe vera plants, so sure.
Has, maybe it's the spike, so it can defend itself, and it doesn't need much of anything. so
self-sufficient and not a people person is what you're
just
saying.
A little bit of water and sun, and that's it.
And
yes, that. Why?
I like how you're like
a tree expert, Mr. Valkyrie, or what would you ask?
No, this is a Jason question. This is Unhinged Entertainment, who started this on our channel, and, between Frog G and Wolverine and everybody else. It is persisted, and it will. I have a feeling I'm just gonna make a T-shirt, and then it'll just be canon. It'll just be part of.
Perfect. I would love to be a cactus because they are self-sufficient and spiky.
All right.
Maybe that rhymes with spicy or something. Yeah, there you go.
If you make a T-shirt out of this, it needs to be like the Karate Kid bonsai tree.
I was just gonna paint a whole bunch of the kinds of trees that people have said that they would like to be in watercolor.
That'd be awesome. By the way, speaking of Mr. Jason,
yes,
this book is so fucking cool. Oh my god, I had a blast reading this. And
yeah,
it's probably my
writer.
Favorite book of all the Comicsgate projects I've gotten so far. I mean, aside from mine, of course.
Of course, aside from your own. I'm gonna have to tell him that. He'll be tickled.
This is so this part of the book where the guy, like blasts with his powers and goes on overdrive or whatever. Oh my god! Like my heart was racing when I was reading this. It's like this is absolutely fantastic. You have to tell
I
Mr.
mean,
Jason.
I will, trust me. I'm his editor. I got to read it the first time, and like basically he was like, "Oh, can I just send it to you?" And whatever. And I was like, "This is a really good book, and really I just want to read it." And so I read through it, and then I gave him some tips, and then he ended up hiring me, and I read through it 2 or 3 more times, and was like, this just doesn't get old. Like this is just
so
a
good,
really
yes.
good book.
I thought it was going to be a little bit different, like more on the more trippy and like more with F-bombs and stuff like that. But I was positively surprised at how good the writing was and,
Oh, yeah.
and the flow of the story. So, wow.
Yeah, it's he's very, very good at writing. He doesn't think he is, but he is very good at writing, so that makes me really happy.
Yes. And the drawing also, there's well, anyway.
No, it's
he can get a
gush.
There you go. It's fantastic. So let's go back to Red Eyes. Talk about Red Eyes.
Frog CG says, "Just wait until Laser Hands." Wait, can't talk about that yet.
Yeah.
About what?
we started it. It started as a joke, and it's probably going to turn into something actual. But in our members only chat room, we were all sitting around joking about making your own comic, and it turned into Laser Hands, and it's become quite the thing that we might actually have to make, because it got so funny and just entertaining that I think we're just going to say screw it, put it together, and do some really small crowd fun for it, and it'll be written by the members of Red Valkyrie.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
That sounds cool, yeah. So what is this laser hats thing? Is it like something that you've been drawing already?
We don't have an artist yet. We're still working on that part, but we got some artists that are in members' quarters, so I might just lean on a few of them.
That's
Lena.
Wasn't it? There's also this thing called chain head or monster chainsaw head or something like that.
No
It's actually
idea. Wirehead?
No, that also. Wirehead is a horror comic. No, I think that was on your channel a few days ago.
Yeah.
So Laser hand, by the way, not plural. We've had that discussion too, Shae. Laser hand is me, and then you will have. Why would we decide on Shae's name?
Did we decide?
Yeah, you're a detective.
I have to go back and look at the notes. That's why we're not talking about it yet, Cy.
Oh, yeah, no spoilers. So anyway, Shae's in it. I'm in it. A lot of people will have little cameos and stuff like that. It's going to be really awesome.
All right. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh my goodness. You gotta
We will eventually. Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm Shar.
Shar.
I had more than one because there were...
Shar,
Nope.
who's Shar?
You had a twin.
I did. I had a twin, an identical twin that was like a singer or some shit.
No, she's my head backup singer.
Yeah. For the Valkyries, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Shar.
they're the you're basically the lead singer of the opening band, and Laserhand is the EDM DJ that's the main act.
Yeah. Yep. I remember this. And it was Detective Shar. I remember this is slowly coming back to me. I have all the notes so I can go and refer back.
Who gets shot in the ass with the ice
Look,
cream?
look at this. Look at this. Frog G is saying shut the fuck up because we cannot disclose more than that. But that's enough. I feel like Laserhand being Psy and me being Shar.
And don't forget the ass one.
You guys have like a writing channel or a writing workshop?
On
this, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No, on Wednesdays you have like a.
On Sundays we have writing pros.
Is that like a Dungeons and Dragons group?
No.
I remember
No.
tuning in once and it was about almost like describing an adventure or something like that.
So you might be thinking of Character Crux that we did a couple of times.
Right. Yes.
And we were looking at trying to do something like that again on Red Valkyrie, but actually like D&D based.
Right.
We haven't gotten there yet. but we're hoping to at some point. And then we do have our writing show where we sit down with a panel and we discuss the aspects of writing that's on Sunday nights. So Red Valkyrie is expanding and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
We are.
And that's where you're doing this laser hats.
And we're,
so
and
Laser
we're working
Hand
on
is
Laser
just
Hands.
one of the comic projects we're working on, and then Shae also has her horror anthology, which she is writing. And I am editing and contributing a smidge to, and then Shae's going to help edit Laser Hand.
Yep.
Awesome. But it's not going to be
I
something
had very
like
little writing involved in Laser Hand. I'm just the one that's been designated to read and
it's been
compile
completely
and
fleshed out. It only needs dialogue at this point.
Okay, that sounds good.
And there are pickles.
And pickles.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. There are pickles.
With pickles, I suppose.
Okay,
people are asking for patches.
I was just gonna say, any
patches?
Any thought of patches?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Can you put the mostly naked ninja chick on a patch and then do the little squiggly smiley over her bits?
Oh my gosh! What if he just had like little pins of the little squiggly smiley, or the one that has the wall eyes and the big smile?
Oh god!
Make him into pins.
You know that's actually kind of a cool idea. I'll think about that. Like I wouldn't even know where to begin with producing that kind of stuff.
Oh, I got a guy.
I
got a guy who does patches. Yep.
So you send him the image and he does the patches, or?
Oh yeah, and Red Eyes this right here. I think it'd be pretty cool as a patch. Just your logo.
That's true. Okay. Yeah,
or you could even look at some of your artwork if you wanted to do like your main guy's head or her head or something like that. You could work on some of those things. The easiest one to do would be your logo for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Pedro is infatuated with whether or not there's ungroomedness hiding behind these smiley faces. Pedro,
I'm assuming he means right here.
Right here. No, she's she's groomed.
She's
I mean, it's not like you see that in the book, but you know.
Oh my gosh, no, Pedro. Bad Pedro.
This is not the 70s of porn. Oh my god.
Also, if anything, she has a heart-shaped,
There you go.
Nice.
How does it groomed bush? If you like.
The heart patch.
Exactly, the heart, or like the triangular patch, or whatever it's. I don't even know, common nowadays.
I have one of those pin makers to make the little like buttons, and I really want to make that and your one right here. And just send you two and have them just be, here are your censorship buttons that you can use for whatever you need.
Whenever you lend this to someone else.
That would be hilarious. That would really be funny, actually. Especially, I love these guys because they just look so happy.
Oh,
they're so happy.
I always thought that's I don't know what it refers to, like what the F or like smiling inside or whatever it is. I feel it's all fitting for censorship. Oh, happy on this.
I feel like it's your thing now. It's something that you just need to lay claim to.
Oh,
embrace it.
Just embrace the censorship.
The censorship. I thought we were still talking about the overflowing bush. Never mind.
Oh my god.
No overflowing
Embrace
bush.
The overflowing bush.
Wow. I mean, this creature would be a monster. It's not like they would be sentient. Also, the not sexy monster girl version of this would be just like a regular monster out there. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, probably would be all wild, the bush flowing in the water, like the tentacles of a jellyfish or something.
Oh my god. There are tentacles hiding back there, Pedro. Run.
Carla will be so happy. Oh, there's tentacles.
There's tentacles everywhere.
Ecstatic.
Well, this is like a jellyfish monster, so it's all full of tentacles.
Oh wow.
For whatever.
I'm seeing that now. Yeah, I'm seeing there seems to be a lot of tentacleness around.
A little bit of tentacles, yes. You,
Alright.
by the way, I was thinking that one of the streams that you were making with Oliver and company for the On That Border,
Yes.
you were giving away, or they were giving away sketches and stuff like that.
Yes.
No, like for the next backer, giving sketches. I thought it was an awesome idea to offer something like that. You know, anyone who backs during this stream, I would be willing to do a sketch for these people.
Oh.
Of course, my drawing capabilities are somewhat limited.
Shae, did you see
Or-
another one of my mugs sold?
I did see another one of your horrible mugs sold. David, you haven't seen CY's wonderful artwork, have you?
Show me. Yeah, no, but I want to see now.
I put it on a mug. People keep buying it.
Yeah. Multiple mugs have sold at this point.
and by
I've
the
seen
way-
this picture before. I think it's amazing.
By the way,
That's so cool.
it's just CY's drawing. It's not the me in cosplay. It's just CY's
no, I
drawing
see
that
what
is
you
on the
mean.
mug.
It's so awesome.
Oh,
You have no idea of how proud I fucking feel. So my brother, growing up, was a really good artist. Okay, he never did anything with it, but I could not draw for shit. And to have some of my quote unquote heavy quote unquote art sell, it tickles me. So thank you guys.
by the way, David, your bribe of doing a sketch for somebody has worked. You have gotten at least one more backer. You are now at
Ooh.
31 backers.
All right. So who is that lovely fellow?
I
haven't seen
am
that.
guessing that was potentially Pedro since he said sold. Or it could have been Warren. Put it in the chat if that was you, or David can go check the backside and
I can
find
check
out.
the backside and
That's the other option.
So wow.
And see,
do that
Pedro
right
says you
now.
should be proud, CY. You should be very proud of your artwork. Can I just say, I'm really shocked at how good of a guinea pig hand that my left hand in this is. And I don't know if anybody has picked up on this yet. I don't have legs.
No, you just have a
I'm just
really,
torso.
You're a flying
really
torso.
long trunk.
I'm just
That's all it is.
torso. I'm boobs with a really long torso that apparently does not end.
It seems like
You're-
you have coconuts for, like bra or something like that.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a furry bra. I don't know how that happened, but okay.
Furry bra.
That was CY's drawing of fur.
That's cool.
That's what the
All right.
dots were.
That's
Is that what the dots were?
So yeah, I can see who was the fellow who
Christopher
did
C says that he was number 35, which is awesome. Warren says that he's gonna get a mug. Ollie says
don't you want a sketch
there's
from me?
Bancroft
Oh
hand.
no, a Bancroft.
That's very true. Ginger, yes. So one hand is a ginger root hand, and that would be my left hand. But my right hand, or no, other way around, right? Yes.
So the big one was the left one, no?
Yeah. So the big hand is the guinea pig, and the small shriveled hand is the ginger root.
Got it.
Soul Ion says that you should be on Drawn and Quartered.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
I can't.
this guy called Simon Simpotier, the
Yeah. Sim.
French, the Canadian guy. He's always doing these sketches for all these different projects, and I thought, and he offered to do one for me, or I. How do you say? I won a sketch from him in one of the Kim Subway streams, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do the same for him. Do like a drawing sketch. So I thought of doing like his character in the middle of a harem kind of situation.
Oh wow.
So this one has no censorship. Oh my god!
No.
So hopefully you don't get striked for that. And
We'll see.
yeah, so that's the kind of illustrations I can do. So whoever was the one whoever backs the campaign during this stream, I will be willing to do a sketch like that.
That is awesome. That is
So
super
we already
cool.
have one guy. So this what was his name? Christopher?
Chris. Yeah, Christopher
Christopher
C.
C. There you go, sir. You earned yourself a a sketch by me.
Fantastic. And I just checked and realized that I had forgotten to back. So there you go. Number 36.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. So you also get a sketch from me.
Woohoo!
You want me to sketch you or to sketch Mr. Valkyrie?
Oh.
Ooh.
We'll,
With moves and everything.
we'll talk. We'll talk
All
off
right.
air and see what happens. See, and Wolverine
With
is
laser hands,
arguing. Wolverine says, no, he means you should be drawn and quartered for that affront against the eyes. I feel like that's a little extra mean. Little extra mean.
A little bit mean.
Chris is excited about that. That's awesome. That's really, really cool of you. And I love when we can give away stuff on stream. We've done it with a bunch of different creators and it always turns out super cool and a lot of people get really awesome stuff. So very, very appreciative of you
So
wanting
we'll have
to
to
do
get in
that.
contact, Mr. Christoph, so you can tell me what you want to have sketched. Why not? Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw that with the Oliver stream, and I was like, hey, that's such a cool idea, to bump the sales or just bump the stream and have more fun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's always good when you can kind of advertise it a little bit ahead of time, and so people get that hype. But at the same time, we've done it where it was just on the whim. I think when we had Jason Krager on, he just randomly was looking at some of the sculptures and stuff that he had made, and he went, I'm gonna start giving these away. And I was like, oh gosh, oh no, like, because he had a little bit of scotch beforehand because he wasn't into public speaking at the time, and I was like, oh no, like, are you gonna be sober later and be really mad at me for letting you just like give away everything? He's like, nah, I make this stuff all the time. He just started giving away. Like, he had these really cool sculptures he made of his Loki head, and those he gave a couple of those. He gave away a couple of.
Those helmets were so freaking cool. Like one thing that I always remember from his campaign is this Loki helmet that is so, and how do you say, dealer's choice? What does that mean?
Dealer's, as in whatever you feel like sketching is what Chris would like to have.
Oh, okay. I mean, you tell me, or otherwise, yeah, I'll sketch something cool for you.
Yeah, that's what he's saying right there with dealer's choice. Is he wants you to sketch what you feel like you want to sketch.
Oh, all right. That can be dangerous also.
You might be getting tentacles with a large bush and some boobs, Chris. I feel like it's going to be right up your alley no matter what. So.
That's also be hard. Anyway, yeah, no, I remember. And some of the sculptures of the villains he did were also so freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
They had this, 300 vibe. In the movie, there are also this really weird monsters with saws instead of hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And his monsters and his sculptures had a little bit of that.
Yeah, he does some really cool stuff. Wolverine says, be careful about following 656's example. Next thing you know, you'd be on a stream for half the night doing shots for backers. Yep, I remember that.
I was, going in and out of that stream, and I remember every now and then I came back and people were drunker and drunker and drunker.
Yeah, yep. That's Javier's fault. He's the one that was like, we're doing a shot for every backer, and the rest of us were like, whoa, what? What did you just say we're doing? Because I don't think we're all prepared for that. So it was that was an interesting stream. That's what I was like, we're doing the Wheel of Doom because I'm not doing a shot for every backer because you guys have a lot of people that want to support you, and I have work, so I'm not going to get that drunk.
That's good. By the way, that campaign did not go on demand, as far as I know. I remember wanting to back it, and then it did not go on demand.
I do not remember,
Or did it
actually.
go?
I think.
Uh-oh, there's typing. Shae
I
must
know,
be
I'm
sending me
sorry.
hate messages.
Yep, it is
Yeah, I'm
officially
searching
closed,
for
but
something.
they should be offering it, I'm assuming, when they have their next campaign too. So, oh, and look at that, we got you 2 more backers. You got Lothar D is number 37 and Frog
Oh my
G
goodness.
is number 38.
That's so cool. Wow, it's working. My plot is working. I love drawing, so that's perfect. Is Mr. Lothar, Mr. Frog, are you also on the dealer's choice kind of deal, or do you want something specific?
Yeah, if you want something specific, you could definitely DM David on Twitter because that'd probably be the easier way to go about it.
Hold
on, I have to back this project real quick.
Yeah, right? I love this. Chrissy says, come on, guys, make him regret it. Make him regret it. And so
I told my wife,
he has a lot of sketches to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she said. But I mean, are you aware that you could have like 10 people, then you have to do 10 sketches, or maybe you have like more, and like maybe you should think about this, put a limit. Like, no, come on, let's do it. Who cares?
Hey, Shae, did you back for you or for us?
I backed the featured. So it's only one copy. Clutch your pearls. You'll be fine.
Wait, what? I didn't even hear you go over the tiers. What's in the first one? Let me see here.
I like how on our show, my co-host doesn't even pay attention to our show.
I have a feeling that he puts it on mute and then he's like doing something else, Mr. Valkyrie.
I was scrolling through our PayPal.
Okay.
Someone just placed an order, so I'm trying to watch that go through.
Oh, gotcha. Oliver says that they're planning on a second chance campaign for Undead Border later this year, which is phenomenal. Jobu, number 39, thank you very much, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jobu.
Right, and
thank
then
I hope you like the sketch I'll have. Your choice.
D says your choice, so that's 2, whatever you would like to do, David.
Is it also your choice for you, Miss Shae? Or you you want something specific? Awesome.
We'll talk. You know what? I want your choice. I want to see what you're going to come up with. I think that'd be a lot more interesting.
All right. Let's do that.
Since we know we've got a couple more backers, we're just going to go ahead and hit the old refresh. And you are now over $2,000, so $2,029. 35 backers, 59% done. 9 days left. Is this your first 30, or is this your second?
No. This has already been extended. This is the last run. This
can't be your last, David.
Yes, it is the last.
Why did you? Oh, you're supposed
bastard.
to tell me so sooner. Okay.
I did contact you much sooner.
No way.
Yes, and you too, Mr. Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, David. We were super booked for a while. So, okay, so we have 9 days left, and we have $1,360 to get to. So $1,360. So I want you guys to share this as much as possible. Now, granted, you did a flex goal, which is very brave. So you're going to be printing this regardless of whether you make that goal or not.
Yes. No. We're like the first campaign. Like we're going to do it regardless, and we'll keep powering through regardless. This is like it's a passion project. This is a story I've been working on for years, and yeah. We'll power through regardless of what happens.
All right. Froggy also says your choice.
All right. Thank you.
Shae?
Yes.
Which cover did you get?
I got the featured perk, so I got the regular cover. Ooh, are you going to get the alternate? Get the alternate.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Yes, get the alternate. I really like the alternate cover, but I wanted the bestiary. See, this is what I'm talking about. You're making people choose.
Yes, okay. I have to do this thing with the add-on.
He's like, hold up.
Homework.
Figure it out.
I have to make sure that my PayPal is set up right to pull from my bank since I don't have my debit card yet.
the thing is that all of this is so new for me. You know, like I love comics, I love anime, manga, and now it's like, running a campaign. Like, okay. It's and I come from the European, so the first time I thought of doing like A4, like the huge thing, and it's like, no, American standard comic size. It's something different. It's like, okay, hold on, it's smaller, and the how do you say, the proportions are also different. Like there's so many things pay attention to. But yes, I'm learning. So yes,
well, you know what? We're happy that you're learning. And before I have you answer this question vocally, because I know you answered in the chat. Blue Samurai said, when my Red Eyes #1 came in the mail, I could feel the passion. It was frightening.
Oh, okay.
Soul Ion said, Red Eye also wanted to back the Audi cover. Done. So, Soul Ion, does that mean that you just backed again? Because that's awesome.
Mr. Officer, oh my goodness.
Right? And Blue Samurai Zero wanted to know, so he said, late tuning in here, David, does the second chance for #1 have a different cover from the original campaign?
Yes, it does. It has a different cover. It has I thought of doing something different for the only reason that, people who backed the first campaign when it was live, that they have something different in their hands.
Yeah.
That there's like a
It's
merit
special.
to it. Yeah, exactly. It becomes more special by the sheer fact that the second chance is going to be slightly different.
Awesome. So there's a lot of cool, like I like what you did with the second cover here, and I really like that you have kind of like I will say your heroes cover versus your villains. You got so many villains and so few heroes. It's daunting. I hope they make it.
No, well, the idea is there's like 9 main protagonists. And respectively, there's one protagonist and there's like 9 heroes in total.
Right.
And there's also 9 villains.
Okay.
There's also some main villains, so it's like 9 versus 9.
Okay.
It's just that the Audi cover only features the 3 that are heavily featured in the second episode.
Yeah, understood.
So most of the action is going to be the huge cat, the gambler girl, and the hero, Blondie.
Well, that was quite the jump. You went from 35 backers to 38. You're at 21.48.
Oh my goodness!
USA, 63%.
Maybe we keep it only 10 sketches and then it's over.
I feel like you already put your foot in your mouth, sir.
No. You're coming. I'll do as many as
You don't get to move the needle after.
Exactly.
Like, the goalpost has been
move
set.
The goalpost. You set the goalpost.
That's it. The goalpost is set. You don't get to move it. We don't do those tactics around here on Red Valkyrie.
Right. No. Like I said, I love drawing, and every time when I'm in my free time, I'm drawing again. I was just talking about with several streams. They asked me like, "What is your background?" And I was like, "Yeah, I studied biology and I dropped out, but basically because instead of studying, I was drawing all the time. So I had all like my biology books all full of drawings on the sides." And then I went on to study design and design management. And then I was doing drawings on the side of my design books.
Yeah, I doodle, but they don't turn out good. And then I find out that the thing that I'm good at is watercolor, which isn't something that you can just like, I'm stuck on the, waiting for a bus or something. Let me just whip out my watercolors. So like it doesn't quite work like that. So I don't do painting as much as I wish I did because it involves setup and my place is a mess, so I don't have the room to set up like I need to.
Me neither. Well, I do oil sometimes, but the problem is that the smell is super strong, and you're not supposed to do it indoors because it's toxic and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my god, I have to like open the window, and then it's winter, and then it gets super cold. Oh, Mr. Jets, Wait, is that Jetsabel?
No, that's G-Stu.
Jitsu. That's not the answer.
Okay, he's awesome. He's one of our very, very awesome members of Red Valkyrie.
Oh my goodness! Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everyone that's been backing you. Wow, I did not think that this was going to be so successful. I was going, whatever, maybe 1 or 2 will take it.
Oh yeah, imagine if we would have known and tweeted this out beforehand.
Maybe
check your DMs.
A good idea to be spontaneous.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Jetsu.
Number 44 would be from my co-host.
All right, Mr. Valkyrie. Thank you very much.
All kinds.
Are you also on the dealer's choice camp, or are you on the
I want a sketch
specific
of
camp?
what Shae is right now.
Oh, all right, you got it.
Boom.
So I was working on the how do you say, the first Sexy Monster Girl as a volume 1.
Uh-huh.
All the illustrations were done by my artist or by my inker, and now I thought of doing some of them myself. So this is also something that, what I can do.
Oh, look at that.
A little bit naughty, of course. And this is another one that I did.
Oh yeah, feel free not to
Ooh,
put in
I love
the
that.
censor little smileys on
There you go. Sorry.
What's up, Lakeem? He says, what up, Shae, aka CQ cosplay queen. I think you meant CG. I try to be at least decent in the cosplay arena. But thank you for coming, Lakeem.
Oh, I think you nailed it. With the
Thank
paint
you.
and the color and the hair and everything.
I just dyed my hair, which just happened to fit in perfectly with your character.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Better this one than the
yours
black
yours has been probably one of the most interesting ones, because I looked in my closet and went, I have that top. And I was like, why do I have that top? Like, I don't think I've ever worn it out anywhere, but I was like, nope, I have a top that's exactly like what she's wearing, same color and everything.
Fantastic.
So here we are.
refresh again, Shae.
Refresh again. 40 backers. Look at that. 40 backers.
Oh
You're
my
$21.99. We are closing that gap. So you're
Wow.
64% funded, which is super badass. I love
I don't think
this.
I've ever
Wolverine says,
gotten
feel
so
the
many
power.
backers in one stream. Miss
Oh,
Shae,
yeah.
you're amazing. Wow.
That's what happens. We have now decided we have Valkyrie flight, because Bancroft has a Bancroft bump, right?
Exactly, that's what I was
And a
thinking.
bump
of the
is
black
great.
bump. Yeah, sure.
A bump is great, but we take off.
It's definitely taking off right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, G-Stu says any monster girl is good for me. That's the same
Got
thing
it,
with
sir.
me.
Who is doing that?
That's Alex.
That's me vaping, kind of.
At least decent is weird, humble bragging. Come on. I'm sorry. I feel like my cosplay game is upping at least a little bit. It's because it's no longer closet play. It's turned into, like, I buy supplies and actually make things now.
Really? Oh, that's cool. I mean, I think that this has been like a nice, how to say, unique selling point or unique selling proposition, however you say that in marketing, that you are the stream that does the cosplay.
Yep.
That's actually really cool.
It's great too, because people will come up and they'll be like, all right, so I'd like to be on your show. I got 3 characters. They're all werewolves. And I'm like, okay. Can I look over some of the artwork? Can I start finding ways, like, how can I make this a thing?
Did you do the woodland creatures? Is that the one you mean?
We've done almost everything.
That's right. You were part deer one time, weren't you?
I was part deer once. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
I've been part deer. I've been a frog for Oddity twice.
Of course. Is Froggy G the one who's doing Oddity, or are those two like different characters?
No, they're entirely different people. So Oddity is done by Sweens and Indie Dave.
I always had the feeling that Froggy G was the one who's doing Oddity as well.
Yeah, honestly, Frog G is just legitimately all over the place supporting all kinds of projects. He's probably one of the biggest promoters of indie comics out there, right up with Tompa and all those other guys. He's constantly tweeting everything out.
Yeah, no, like the Froggy G, Tonpa, the Dark Side is also doing a lot of promotion. It's the Mr. Officer, of course.
Yes. Oh, that's the thing. We got so many people in here. Like, we got Mad Ruth. How you doing, Mad Ruth? Thank you for joining. Since you came in just a tad late, I'm just gonna clue you in. If you go and back this campaign right now, you get a free sketch from David. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, wait. So like Mr. Valkyrie was saying, this is the kind of stuff. Very, censored. And you can imagine the original.
It's okay. It's the third time's the charm. We finally got a slightly censored image.
I should, do stickers of those things and put them on my drive.
I'm legitimately going to see if I can lift those at a high enough resolution or just recreate them and make buttons that I'm going to send to you.
No, the contact of the guy with the patches like that's something
that would be
logo, for example. Yeah, cool.
I'll send you the link to the people the person that we always recommend, which is Tony, our patch guy. He does great stuff, so I'll send you that link and you can kind of check it out and see if it works for you or not. What did we I was looking. We had a couple
of questions.
Yeah, I was looking for them. So Soul Ion says, one stripe on the forehead and one on the chin. How do you do that? I have a lot of these that are really, 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 really saturated eyeshadow palettes. And look at my green is green screening out. But if you pay attention to how much I've had to use the blue, because we love blue in CG, apparently. We use it for everything. That a really steady hand and a lot of patience and concealer. So that's how that ends up happening.
So that's like makeup.
What was that?
That's makeup.
It is makeup.
Yes, it's all makeup. So I either do makeup or face paint. Those are the two things that I do the most of. So David just called me Alex, so Wolverine can STF you.
What? Why?
So Alex is
because
trans.
I'm calling him Mr. Valkyrie, or
yes, Alex.
Because Alex is trans.
So Mr. is not technically accurate.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Wolverine's just having a field day in the chat because Wolverine does it because he's a jerk. You
prefer to be called Miss Valkyrie or Alex?
just Alex. Just Alex. Let's stick with Alex.
Let's stick with Alex. That's good.
That's the reason that he put Alex on there, because it's it's hilarious.
Alex. There you go. Perfect.
Christopher C says, sorry I had to let my dog out. Does he regret it yet? I feel like at least a little bit.
If all of a sudden it's like 100 backers and he was like, yeah, maybe then I would start to regret it a little bit. But so far it's good. No, like I said, I love drawing. I spend almost every second that I'm having some free time drawing, so perfect.
Alex, do you have any other questions?
I do not. Just remember Backer 44.
Backer 44. Yeah, so we've got a pretty big bump in backers for you, which is
My
awesome.
Goodness. Thank you very much.
So we are.
Just as a side note, you know that what's the name? Nasser Rabadi.
Oh God.
He, he was unemployed and, oh my goodness. And then he got a job in a bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm working in a bank too. I was like, but I work in the reception, but like internally with the security stuff. So I don't have to do with the regular people. It's all with the people that work for the bank. And so between the armored truckers coming one and going, there's like these spots for hours where there's nothing happening. So I'm all the time drawing in these spots of free time.
That's awesome.
So I'm looking forward to doing all these sketches for you guys.
That's going to be great. So if anybody backed and did not let David know what it is that they want drawn, make sure that you reach out to him. His links are in the description, so you can reach out to him and let him know exactly what it is you would like drawn up. Most of us seem to have picked Dealer's Choice, so just make sure if there's anything else that you want outside of whatever comes to David's mind, Because it could be a lot of interesting things. I'm just saying.
It could be furry porn. You don't know.
There's a lot that could happen.
It's not going to be porn.
It's not going to be porn. It's just going to be nudity.
But some mild nudity. But
mild nudity. Okay, that's we can all handle that.
Do bushes count as mild nudity, or is that already like hardcore nudity?
I count it as mild.
Oh, perfect.
Wolverine wanted to know, is it the same bank that you work at, and does it end with "I pantsed Nasser in the lobby"?
What's pants?
I was gonna say I think that there's a language barrier there. It's something that people do when they're picking on kids. Usually, you run up and you pull down their pants, and so everyone sees their underwear and laughs at them.
No.
Yes.
Pantsuit. No, nothing with Nasser. I don't.
He's like, I'm not touching Nasser. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
No. I think it's an interesting character, but no.
Yeah, he's a character. That's a very, very nice way to put it. Chrissy says, "Don't skip on the tentacles." Pedro Aang says, "70s bush." And then Solaya says, "Oh no, I didn't realize that backing means I also get a drawing from you." No.
Uh-oh.
We will all recover. It'll be fine, guys. We can get through this together, okay?
We'll manage somehow.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to add in about Red Eyes 2 before we wrap up?
No, I think it's all clear. It's coming July, August 2021. And right in time for opening Red Eyes 3. And yes, I think we've said it's dark fantasy. It's definitely not meant for kids. This is, adult themes.
Yep. This is a very adult-themed book.
Just like this show.
It's not exaggerated violence and blood and gore, but it is not meant for kids. That's
I'm just glad we skipped the middle step and labeled this entire channel not for kids.
It was just easier just to be like, there's nothing on this channel that's going to be for kids.
Nope.
Let's just move past that.
Nothing at all.
Nothing to see here. Like kids will watch it anyway at some point. So
they probably will, but we have done our due diligence by saying, look, this isn't for kids. So if you let your kids watch it, that's on you as a parent.
Exactly.
That's
if you're
your own
watching
brain
this, you better not do it. Like close the window immediately, please. Be responsible. Anyway.
All right. Well, David, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been an absolute blast. And it's been, if you can believe it, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. And I feel like it went really quick, especially when we started joking about all of the awesome artwork that you were going to give. And people just started backing in a Valkyrie flight, which is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So it is so much. Cool.
I'm impressed.
Thanks so much, Alex, for everything that you do for this channel and specifically for this stream so I could, slowly get ready for it as opposed to have to rush and make everything a little bit worse.
It was absolutely awesome watching you get into this makeup and other things. So yeah, my pleasure.
I can't with you.
I'm sorry, your eyes rolling hard right now. I'm getting in slow motion, so.
Yes, they were rolling very hard. And of course, thank you so much to everybody hanging out in the chat. You guys are phenomenal. We absolutely could not do this without you. And make sure that you share out Red Eyes. Make sure that we get more eyes on this, and so they can hopefully get to funding. It's $11.90 away, and honestly, you guys are the coolest fucking audience ever. We love having you around. Thank you if you're catching us on replay, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.